Our next speaker is Mr. Hideya Kobayashi, Chief Resident Representative of Japan International Cooperation Agency, Balkan Office. You have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Ambassador. I'd like to express my deep appreciation for being invited to such an important conference. As an implementing agency of Japanese offshore development assistance, JICA is handling technical cooperation, grant aid, and ODA loans. JICA has started its operation in Western Balkans since 1990. And my office is now in charge of 6 Western Balkan countries from Belgrade. Today, while looking back to the JICA's cooperation in Western Balkans in the previous years, I'm also going to explain Western Balkan Cooperation Initiative announced by Japanese Prime Minister. JICA's assistance in Western Balkans is focusing on 4 main sectors: the environment protection, disaster risk reduction, private sector development, and peace consolidation. The next slide is showing the track records of grant aid projects and ODA loans. Figures are basically commitment basis. Table on the left shows the figures based on the year, while the right shows their figures for each country. In total, JICA has been financing more or less $1 billion to development projects in Western Balkans so far. The next slide presents the result of grant aid and loan by sectors. Grant aid financed health and rehabilitation of public transport right after the ethnic conflict ended, and agricultural project. ODA loan mainly finance environmental sector project with very mild condition. Next slide, something missing, but press again. Okay, see, okay. Next slide shows an example of an environmental sector project. As you know, Balkan countries are using domestic lignite of low quality as an energy source. Therefore, JICA is financing a project for the construction of flue gas desulfurization facility at the existing thermal power plant in Serbia and Bosnia-Herzegovina in order to adjust the emission of SO2 and dust to EU standards. Next slide shows our effort in disaster risk reduction sector. In the sector, JICA has implemented the project for development of system for early warnings of forest fires in Macedonia. The implementing agency of this project, Macedonian Crisis Management Center, accepts training participants from neighboring countries and disseminate the idea of the early warning system in the region. Currently, JICA is implementing a project based on the concept of ecosystem-based disaster risk reduction in Macedonia. EcoDR is very new and similar to green infrastructure strategy, which was initiated by EU. The future plan for assistance is to disseminate the result of this cooperation with the country in the region also. Regarding the private sector development, JICA has been supporting SME sector for more than 10 years in Serbia. The Development Agency of Serbia, through regional agencies, is providing mentoring service to small and medium enterprises and startups. While JICA's assistance contributes to standardized and quality improvement of this mentor service. This project, as well as the DRR project in Macedonia, encompasses regional cooperation approach and incorporates the activity of dissemination of result to neighboring countries. Montenegro, Macedonia, and both entity from Bosnia and Herzegovina is now importing same mentoring system to their country. consolidation of peace and ethnic reconciliation. In Srebrenica, in Bosnia-Herzegovina, where massacre happened in the past, JICA participated in confidence building between different ethnic groups through the Agricultural and Rural Enterprise Development Project. In Bosnia and Herzegovina, JICA also has assisted in creation of common core curriculum in information technology and physical education. The issue is that each entity is creating its common core curriculum with support from international assistance, but the degree of use of common core curriculum is still low. Therefore, in addition to common core curriculum, JICA is supporting the preparation of course of study, which is useful for practical class teaching and rolling it out in pilot schools. Next slide, I would like to touch upon Japanese new cooperation initiative for Western Balkans. On 14th and 15th January this year, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe visited Bulgaria and Serbia and held summit meetings. He announced the Western Balkans Cooperation Initiative, which would be based on the promotion of dialogue by appointing ambassador in charge, dispatch of JICA survey team for project formulation, and organization of seminars to promote regional cooperation. Next slide, I'd like to explain how JICA is going to contribute to this new initiative. In addition to the conventional bilateral cooperation, among the common issue in the region, JICA is promoting regional cooperation related to SMEs and DRR by sharing Japanese advanced technology experience and knowledge. Moreover, JICA is going to contribute to this new initiative also by collaborating with emerging donor countries like Bulgaria. In the last slide, I would like to explain and share about capacity development process through our cooperation in solid waste management sector in Kosovo. I think this small example has some implication for our operation in capacity building of the government institutions and in good governance and the rule of law. Through technical cooperation and grant aid to the relevant institutions and the municipality, we have implemented capacity building at the public enterprises for waste collection. Together with the political commitment of the mayor of the Prizren municipality, the mayor himself played an active role to raise awareness of the community people. With this project, first staff capacity building was achieved, and then actual quality of waste collection service was dramatically improved. Then the citizens, community people's satisfaction level was raised, and in the end, it led to collection of 100% of fee. We can say that social norm of paying reasonable price for obtaining public service was finally formulated. And the municipality of Prizren is now ready to adopt 3R, reduce, reuse, recycle operation. JICA's policy in supporting good governance also adopt this capacity development process. JICA emphasizes establishment of progress of governance reform implemented by the host government in an independent and self-motivated way. However, city process can work only there is strong political will and commitment in the government. In a sense, official development assistance of G2G basis has limitation to achieve good governance and rule of law of recipient government and society. Donor agency can facilitate staff level or somehow organization level capacity building, but without political will of the recipient country, there will not lead to CD capacity development process and creating healthy social norm. I understand that good governance and rule of law operation can be workable under the circumstances where civil society involvement, donor assistance, and the diplomatic effort, in other words, diplomatic pressure, are nicely combined. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.